And here we come. It's an IME's app game right here.
Yay!
we
Welcome to
would
the application.
welcome to the application.
Welcome to
We're
the
gonna.
no Asher zone, according to PPL.
Yeah, it looks like Asher's gonna be banned from PPL and Juliet on the other side. Fierryy definitely known for this pick. Um,
Yep, but Fierryy recently been kazaning it up.
I
A bit of a
believe
prodigy on the character.
I believe the unnamed is Average Alex. Just forgot to turn on the name here, but is totally chill. And we are gonna see the signature pick on Matty with this Kai. Definitely interesting that being allowed to pick his favorite character here. Um, but it's also cool because we get to see Kazan here. I believe Kazan is definitely a very highly contested character right now, very new, but also known as a very powerful character. And we're gonna see on both sides here and see like which side is gonna, because essentially the four duos are essentially the exact mirror, right? So definitely something interesting to look into.
Yeah,
Um,
a pair of Kazans and Rasmuses. Also, of course, the very obvious Rasmus on Amy's app.
yeah,
Going to be very impactful. This is going to be a very kill-heavy game.
I mean, we actually see Fiery already very low. I think something to note is Kazan definitely wants to essentially get this level 2 as fast as possible because that's when the oh my god, this guy does so much damage part starts coming in once he can start using the ultimate key. But it is something to note is Fiery taking a lot of damage, is unable to maybe make as many of these XP attempts. Oh, and the hook comes off right away off the Rasmus.
Yeah, average Alex catching a big one.
Yep.
Getting right to business.
And
Hey, we don't stop for anything here.
they're gonna get the barrier off of that play, but HamsterQuest has returned back to the field and has hook of his own. We might see it soon.
The Fiery hitting level 2, full kit unlocked,
Yep,
damage mode activated.
the damage is activated, and we see HamsterQuest already staggered, but they are able to get that barrier there. But HamsterQuest is gonna need the ult from Sloop into no ToastyLocal, excuse me, to heal up here. Um, but they are still able to play defense. Both goalies do have flip, but there goes HamsterQuest once again. Um, the damage was uh, definitely sticking here.
Yep, and
Oh,
there, a flip from Matty,
that was
dimed up average Alex, and he
that,
sent it straight into the goal.
that was definitely one of the angles of all time, if I have to say so myself.
And
Um,
they're putting that one in the museum.
yep, that one goes right in the museum for
Oh,
sure.
Hamster Quest, gone fishing, unfortunately did not catch anything. Oh, just kidding.
He caught something, but not with his hook. That's for sure.
Yeah, in a different type of catch.
Different type of catch,
And
indeed.
caught Fiery sleeping.
Yep, and they are gonna get the bear out of the power play, but you know, Fiery is able to respawn, looking for this kill on HamsterQuest. Luckily, the Atlas is actually really nice. It's actually like I think definitely making a huge difference in this matchup, as Matty's like only really able to dish out the damage, but ToastyLocal is able to heal a lot of this damage as well. So, kind of interesting matchup here.
Right, Atlas is a very strong counter to Kazan. Who cares how much damage you do if you can just heal it off? But Hamster Quest, during the ult cooldown, is looking a little low, looking a little hurt.
Oh,
Oh,
he's got
and
fished
average Alex,
again.
yeah, looking a little dead, getting
Yeah.
scooped up.
That is for certain. And once again, like these hooks are like gonna be a huge. There's like 4 hook characters in this game, by the way. I just want to point this out.
And
There's,
there are so many hooks.
there's
The
so many
hooks,
hooks.
the hooks, beware the hooks.
Yeah, everyone's going fishing. Another
Oh
one's gonna
no, that
come
guy
from
didn't
him
beware the hook.
just as he respawns too. But like once again, there aren't. It doesn't matter if you get the kills if you can't capitalize on the power play. And Matty's doing a great job defending here. Like absolute iron wall over here on this goal here.
Right, Matty, really the backbone of PP Legends. Both Fiery and Average Alex are very strong players and have been showing up, especially recently. But Matty has always been the Iron Wall. But
The
Average
iron
Alex
wall,
there.
indeed, and maybe the iron spear as he picks up that Giga Blast kill as well. Um,
Here, oh, another hook coming out.
yep.
Alex redirecting it around the hook. which was very interesting. I thought it got caught by
This
the
is
hook.
about the average length of Imi's app round, if I do say so myself. No goals are going in. Both teams are playing absolutely phenomenal in the defensive. And oh my, look at that angle though. How did he
And
see
Matty
that?
cannot be caught off guard. Oh, Average Alex can though. Bad news.
I mean, I think they're gonna get the goal finally after the 8th power play of the round, but like what is like Matty was holding it down that round. I gotta like give him credit on just the round itself.
Yeah,
Obviously
absolutely.
ToastyLocal was definitely holding on his own side too, but like there was a lot of power play spots there, and they were just not able to put it in. Oh, that goes right past. That's unfortunate.
Right, well, the hook almost taking Matty off the field.
I mean, I think ToastyLocal was kind of pulled out of his own net right there, but luckily it doesn't cause him to lose the barrier. The flip is going to be used to pick up the kill. See another power play spot here. ToastyLocal is actually moving up here because he realizes that his team is struggling to get these power play spots. But if he moves up, maybe like he can like anchor them a little better here.
Right, SwitchSSB able to take that barrier, the cheeky little KAZAN stuff,
Oh,
and then hit the corner.
yeah. I think like the real thing here is the kills are going the side currently of Quest Esports. HamsterQuest has done a beautiful job getting these hooks and getting these kills and these power. Like, there's only so much Matty can do, you know. Like, it's hard to defend when you're permanently down a man, you know. So
Especially comparing Kai on this map to Atlas on this map.
yeah.
Atlas seems a little bit stronger.
Well, definitely the way it's been played, Matty's not allowed them to score on him like very easily though. So it's kind of hard to say. But maybe that's just the player, not the character. Oh, but the kill's
Oh
gonna come in
no.
on Matty there. And once again, we see this all able to essentially allow them to play safer without worrying as much about dying. It's just, as you said, the Atlas definitely is very powerful at essentially being an anchor for this team and allowing them to, you know, go. If they're trading equally, they're winning because they have more HP, right? So.
And there, as Matty was down, we saw a little bit of Fierryy playing KAZAN goalie and held it down almost till the end. Unfortunately, Core was able to take the barrier, and Quest Esports keeping the core on the side of PP Legends the entire rest of the set takes the point.
And we're gonna see right away, yeah, Quest Esports is firing on all cylinders. They gave up an early point, but decided to start killing, and we're gonna probably see this extra special come in here.
Yeah,
Very
extra special
valuable
Rasmus.
awakening on this map.
Yep, there it is.
Yep. And another thing to point out is there's actually Prize Fighter as well. Seeing how many kills are going on this game, it might be an interesting pickup. It's not going to be picked up in KAZAN, but perhaps the Rasmus will pick it up. I think he may have been also waiting. Yeah, I think he was just waiting because he wanted to give it to his own KAZAN. Because he realized there's no world ToastyLocal's taking it. So that's actually a really interesting draft of how they decided to essentially wait before taking Awaken, just so the 6th pick got his Awakening instead. So interesting how the priorities went there. Another lucky bounce, by the way.
Looking low.
He's not going to get so lucky that time. But another kill by HamsterQuest. That's his 8th in a row, by the way.
Yeah, hey, welcome to set 2.1, everyone. We have Erasmus in the game. We have 2 of them.
There is
HamsterQuest.
Erasmus and another 2 hook champ characters in the game, too. A lot of hooks. I mean, like, if I were to, like, label this game with a newspaper, I'd be like the hook game or something, because there's a lot of hooks going on right now.
Yeah, the hooks are here.
Hook City. Another one. Oh! Holy cow!
Extra special.
Yeah, definitely extra special. Allowing these hook cooldowns to be a lot shorter, which means, you know, if PP Legends is going to win this game, they cannot just keep getting hooked by HamsterQuest. And with how fast they're coming up, these hooks are coming up, like, they have to play around it, and it's harder to play around it when you don't know the cooldown as well because of the extra special.
Something interesting to note is that Rasmus taking the midfield role in both these team comps plays more like a brawler. Oh, hook number 10.
Yeah, hook number 10. Actually, it's probably more than that. He died pretty early on. but I think he got a kill. So it's just 10 in a row right now at this point. It's not 10 overall. Um,
Yeah, absolutely going off. Bit of
oh,
oh my god,
another one by the way. What
Fisherman in
a
Chief.
game by HamsterQuest so far. And I also like once again I want to point out like Matty's played this game very well. Like if you look at the levels, I mean levels are another one by the way. He's just going
Another and
crazy.
another one.
But like there's only so much Matty can do, right? Like he's it's not like acceptable for Matty have to permanently play 2 versus 3. Like with it's like being down to member permanently with these hooks. By the way, it's crazy.
Yeah,
Finally gonna miss one though.
the solo queue DC game going crazy.
But ToastyLocal decides, you know what? If you're gonna miss, I'm just gonna take it myself, and actually causing expanses for the kill this time, and they're able to get this barrier. The solo queue DC game goes actually really hard. Fierryy will respawn here. another
No, he won't.
another Rasmus kill, but that is not a kill for HamsterQuest. But yeah, as you said, no, he will not. Uh,
Take it back. And here, PPL making a bit of a push.
Yeah, I mean,
Just wanna,
this is like the first offense they've had in probably 5 sets now, because of that power play that they were able to pick up finally off of picking a hook off. Um, but like, and that hook's gonna go wide a little bit, but it is gonna actually pick up the core here. Fierryy looking to get this barrier, but just not quite able to do it. Um, but something to note, if we just look at the levels, it's so ridiculously favored for the side of Quest Esports. And the levels matter, especially in this type of brawler matchup where stagger is really key. When one side has like an extra 1,000 stagger on the other, plus the Atlas healing, it's really hard to win. But the hook is finally gonna end his 12 kill healing streak. Good hook on average Alex to pick it up, but they are gonna put it in regardless. Uh, what a game though so far. We've been watching.
yeah, ToastyLocal walks up just a little bit. It's his primary button and sends it in. Very good. And in the meantime, we're at draft. We see a heavy impact. Timeless Creator might go to one of the Rasmuses if we want to get a little wacky.
Ponder is already
Stack.
on ToastyLocal, right? So the
Oh,
Ponder is gonna have to be denied, but he will still get Dancer. You just don't want Rasmus to get even more hooks because of Ponder Replicator, right? Like that's not playable,
yeah,
right? Like that's not what you want to play against. So definitely.
with extra special, Rasmus Hook has a 13-second cooldown, just about, and that's the respawn timer.
Yeah, and with
So
Ponder, it's a little bit.
right, but
It's a little
what if
bit.
we force this 2v3 game to be a 1v3? Oh, 2v3 going in the other way though, as HamsterQuest, his quest is over temporarily, taken down.
Yep. It actually sneaks it past the Cosmic Expanse there and is able to pick up the barrier. HamsterQuest has respawned, so it is a nice revive, by the way. But we're finally seeing a lot more kills off of brawling and not as many off hooks. Like the last few kills have mostly been just like dagger kills, which is definitely like more common when you think of when you see these KAZAN, because just the amount of pure damage he's able to output is crazy.
And here we see a bit of ping pong in the midfield. It happens.
Yep, definitely happens.
Oh,
You see the passive closed umbrella strike coming out from SwitchSSB comes out a little bit faster than Matty probably expected and is able to pick up that top corner. Very dangerous though. When you think of this character, it's actually like a lesser known, or I guess a lesser thought of tactic, but he's actually very good at scoring with the closed umbrella strike. Oh,
yep,
what
and
happened
there,
to him?
HamsterQuest, unfortunately suffering a bad case of low stagger, gets taken
Yep.
down in the pit.
He went on a quest for 12 straight KOs and now might be on a quest for 12 straight deaths at this
Yeah,
rate.
might be on a quest for a reverse 3-0.
Yep.
Oh,
But, I
as
mean, they
ToastyLocal flips it out, here we have Average Alex holding on to his flip. Almost gets hooked. Bit of a jump scare, but if he can come up here, oh no. In the heat of passion, the flip has been taken down.
something interesting though as I was noting earlier,
Oh,
good night.
HamsterQuest
Even
down.
maybe time
Oh,
to start.
Fierryy down. It's a bloodbath.
It is a bloodbath. But as we see, like the levels have caught up. Oh my gosh, what a expanse by ToastyLocal. But as we see, the levels have caught up for PP Legends, um, on everyone except for Fierryy, who's a little bit behind the rest of the gang. But it is important to note that this catch-up XP like goes really hard in these brawler matchups because if you're gonna come back, you need these levels to compete on the stagger department. Um,
And what a beautiful hook by Fierryy, pushing it over to Quest Esports side and getting the barrier. But now both barriers are down. We're looking at match point right here for Quest Esports
Woo!
as HamsterQuest just bum rushes Matty and puts it in.
Yeah. Yep. And if I was to say like going into this match, I did not think we'd see a 3-0, especially not for Quest Esports. Uh,
Yeah,
in on
I'll
PP Legends,
I'll,
like
I'll be a bias caster. I thought PPL had that easy.
I don't know if they had it easy. This Quest Esports lineup, while they have been suffering lately, like they just have so much like tournament experience under their belt, and I think with ToastyLocal coming in especially, it looked very nice on this Atlas today. Um, And I think that like sometimes teams can have slumps, but they definitely showed up very hard in this game one, and like took it to PP Legends and like actually just completely stomped them on their own game. Remember, this is a mirror matchup. This is not like, oh, we drafted, a better team comp. I mean, you can say the Atlas was like definitely a factor, but Matty was on his signature. Um,
Yeah, as we load in, I want to bring up, if you notice on the stat screen, uh, Quest Esports, both their forwards had a significant number more redirects than PPL's forwards. I think, of course, a product of being dead half the time. You know, kind of hard to hit the ball
yeah,
when you're sitting on
same.
the gray screen, but it seems like Quest Esports was able to just move the core much more fluidly and cleanly than PPL, which is interesting because looking at the last two sets in PPL's play, they were passing, and usually when they had the core, they were able to make a play. But I guess Quest Esports just had more opportunities
So
to
we're
be able
gonna
to make
see a
more of it.
complete stark contrast of maps, right? We just went from the killing Imi's app map, right? We're just hook killing off cooldown. But this map's a little bit more subtle. Like we don't see as many kills very often, at least or as often on this map. Um
Asher ban again, no ban coming from Quest Esports.
yeah, they're just confident, I guess. They're confident after that game
Yeah,
one.
they're
They're
like
like, we
that.
don't need one. But
And here we
oh,
see Average Alex pulling out the Estelle.
yep, definitely a little bit different. And I believe Fiery is looking to play the Rasmus this time instead. Different, definitely a little bit of like a stark contrast of what they played earlier. But we are going to see this Atlas Kai matchup again, and we're also going to see the KAZAN come out. I believe probably for SwitchSSB once again, as well.
Yep,
Definitely
Kazan, famously a Smash Bros. Character, makes sense that the Smash Bros. Professional player
interesting.
has shown up and is ready to brawl it out.
Yep. Uh, welcome to the roster, KAZAN,
Yeah,
for sure.
and
Um,
welcome to my true combo.
yeah.
This one does 50.
Yep. But like once again, this is not as much of a brawling map, so we might see Kazan like maybe struggle to pick up kills, or maybe he'll be just fine and he'll be like, whatever, it doesn't even matter. Kind of interesting. But like it's definitely gonna be a slower pace map, for sure.
Yep, with how close the last game was, I think everyone is. It's time to strap in for a long one.
With how close the last game was, I don't know if we were watching the same game there, Ian. I
Well,
don't know,
that's a
but
good point. Oh, it seems like Quest Esports have picked up the momentum. You might be right.
yeah,
I mean, PPL put up a great fight, but this is looking like a dominant Quest Esports experience.
I will point out though, while PPL only scored 1 point in that last game. That may have been the longest 1 point game I've ever seen. Like the game was really long despite PPL only scoring a single point the entire game. Kind of hard to even like fathom that they only scored once, but um
Right, Matty was really holding on there.
yeah.
And here we're in the Oni village zone. One barrier down for both the sides, which just means nothing. Oh,
Well, it actually does mean something. Fire is able to pick it up, but Well, both
Oh,
guys like
Quest
are able
Esports
to.
responds in kind.
Yeah, it's actually funny because this Oni Village game feels like it's going faster than the Ivy's app game. Like, what's,
Which is impressive.
yes, that is to say the least. But maybe it's because we're not seeing 40 kills before the first round ends.
Oh,
Come
what a good
through.
save from Matty.
Pretty hard to. It's pretty hard to. Yeah, that was a very good save by Matty there. But it's pretty hard to score when your characters are dead. And nice secondary on the Estelle to pick up that goal. And we're back to the game right here. Um,
Yep,
absolute.
cast a jump scare.
Yeah,
Hi
cast a jump
guys.
scare. Um, uh, it is. Wow, both bears are gonna go down straight
Oh.
away.
Yeah, no
Dang.
barriers jump scare, but Fierryy landing a great hook.
Oh, they're gonna
And
take both bears back though. And something to point out, Fierryy does have flip here. Oh, just whiffs the hook, the flip, but they still have the power playing hook.
yep, they still have possession of the core.
And
They still have possession of the core. Oh,
and they're
and
gonna
Average
put it
Alex
in.
puts it in.
A little bit longer than they wanted to, but a goal is a goal at the end of the day. And
Yep, Sony salute to that.
they are not gonna go down in another 0-3 set because that just does not feel good to happen. But once again, like this game is actually feeling a lot faster, almost as if we're caster cursing these games. Because I was like, we might get a slower game, but this game is like speedrun almost. Like you,
No, not
these
anymore. PPL has found their footing.
that is for sure.
Getting ready to bring it back. Look at that. That's the
Double
recipe of
barrier
bringing it
cake.
back.
Definitely. If I had to choose one map, but if you had to choose one map to get double barriers on, by the way, a nice shot by Average Alex. But if you had to choose one map to get double barriers on, like it has to be Oni Village, right? Like that feels so good when you get like the double doink on this map.
Right, that feels so good, especially when everyone picks melee goalies like Atlas and just
Yeah.
permanently holds that one barrier until the
Yeah,
death of the
I mean,
universe.
I
You
mean,
get
Kai
two, and
is
you're like,
honestly a defensive goal in this map too. Like you don't really play him like too aggressively a lot of times. You'll play him like sitting in your net and hitting barrage, saying
yeah,
have
you
fun.
need those resources to keep the
Yeah.
barriers up because it's so important.
But once again, like I think HamsterQuest has done a pretty good job at getting this core to SwitchSSB in the just this entire series. But in the last 2 points, it's
Oh,
definitely had a
Average
lot more
Alex.
competition as they are able to pick up the barrier with the flip here.
Yep, Matty having flip. Not anymore. We're trading flips, which
Both barriers are
as
down.
it turns out for the goalie, isn't ideal. But we're 2-2, open goal barriers on both sides. A crazy clear by Matty, which I thought was going straight to the enemy team. Unfortunately, they pick the ball back up and stuff it right through Matty,
Something
kind of showing why Kai's a little weaker on this map than like Atlas.
a little bit, but something
Hmm.
to note, as we just saw, the KAZAN's ability to essentially manipulate the goalie's position. He hooks Matty out of the position, ideal position, that he wants in order to pick up that, help still pick up the goal. It was very nice. Just like it's really hard for especially an Atlas to or a Kai to deal with that type of pressure from the KAZAN. Um, and we're gonna see some interesting awakening takes. The replicator comes in here for Kai, and then also the catalyst, most importantly, probably comes in from HamsterQuest, meaning a lot more flips are gonna happen here.
Yeah, HamsterQuest gonna turn into a bit of an energy demon out here. Right,
It's
especially against a character like Kai and Estelle, who have small little projectiles that just hit you a lot.
oh, that was
Oh,
a
but
nice.
Matty, grab your shovel. He's digging that one out. Oh, and ToastyLocal has been downed. Floated a little too close to the goal line.
Yep, he almost saved it with his life, but Average Alex was there to get the rebound and help Fierryy put it in. And we are going to see point bounce back here. I think this game is going to be a little bit closer though than the previous. I mean, if you think about it, they've already scored 3 times as many points this game as they did the last. Um,
Right, things are much more favorable for PPL when they have all their members on the field.
that is for certain. Um, as
Oh, Average Alex.
almost able to pick up another one. Yeah. But
Yeah,
good
doing God's
defense by
work.
ToastyLocal, but it's not quite enough as the core just slips by him, and Average Alex is able to pick up that goal, albeit a little bit delayed.
Yeah, hey, I came into this game saying Quest Esports had crazy momentum as they were just going through PPL, but hey, the shoes on the other momentum boot,
The
and we're
momentum
seeing
boost,
PPL just sweeping right now.
that is for certain. Momentum, that's a good line, by the way. I'm gonna steal that one.
Thank you. Take it away.
Yep.
Oh,
On the flip,
just like Matty took a HamsterQuest off the field.
yeah, and
Gone
HamsterQuest
for
had flip that time, by the way. So that's a flip going down the drain. Luckily, it is a catalyst flip, so like that flip will come back within like 2 seconds. But
yeah, the dollar store flip.
the dollar store
It'll be
flip
back.
indeed. And nice, like just a nice dribble from the switch, and then puts it in utilizing the dash ultimate. Very clean goal. I know a lot of Kazan players, especially because of how new he is, struggle to score on this character, but Switch is showing that it's actually not as difficult as some people make it out to be. Very nice goal there.
Yeah, a little bit of a Kazan specialist out here. Again, Kazan plays a little differently from the rest of the cast, and given Switch's background, it makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, I 100% agree.
Oh, that's
Nice
a
patience
flip.
on that flip, by the way. I like that he doesn't go for the flip right away. He waits it out because he knows that like there's nothing Matty can really do because the core is next to him, not Matty. And if Matty tries to move up, he's just gonna insta flip and score. And if he doesn't, well, he's gonna checkmate him by walking the core down. So very clean play by SwitchSSB, showing that you can be patient even on this hyper aggressive character.
Yep, and patience in this game is an absolute virtue, and he dropped the core flip, waited for Matty to act, and then used his close umbrella strike to just poke it right through. And a little bit of a longer hitbox. Try strike warring that forehead.
Yeah, that's
Um,
what I am saying. Um,
but
I'll,
PPL has the ball, getting ready to push it in.
I will. That was a nice save by HamsterQuest, playing second goalie almost, but is able to bring it out. But for how long? Because like once again, just because you're able to save the core doesn't mean you can clear it. And Fierryy puts it in, as we are a 1-1 now in this game.
Yeah, PPL, or rather Quest Esports, bringing that set back a little bit, but PPL able to seal it out. We're
There is
1-1
the
now. We've got a
is the twin drive on this carousel, but it
and prime
Atlas
time.
is last, so um we're gonna see it picked
Yeah,
up right
Fiery
away.
wants it.
I
Probably to
think
deny Kazan.
Yeah, I think Kazan is a little bit powerful with that awakening.
Yeah,
Definitely,
unfortunately, prime time.
yeah.
Yeah, kind of the same deal.
Prime time is pretty similar for sure. Atlas, being left with the Monumentalist, but definitely not the worst awakening he could be left with for sure.
Right, pretty good pickup. We saw Average Alex take Orb Ponderer, presumably to deny ToastyLocal, who
And
has ref.
these barriers go down like
Oh
really
no,
fast. Like,
Matty has ref.
uh, I don't think it's like the goalies being unable to save it as much as the fours being like really efficient with what they're doing. It's just really hard to like save the core when you're being put in these spots where like their characters are just maneuvering the core around you really well. You gotta give them some credit here, as they're able to. I mean, nice hook also by Switch utilizing that, but not quite able to put it in. Forcing
Yep,
the
Average
flip.
Alex, yeah, dropping a flip, unfortunately getting blocked out by HamsterQuest.
I
Both
definitely
goals
like.
open.
I definitely like how we're able to see like the display of Switches on this Kazan though. I've seen a lot of very like unique, essentially scoring plays or attempts being utilized with these closed umbrella strikes and the utilization of these dash ults. But the kill
Oh
is going to
wow.
come through with the goal by Average Alex. Very nice setup and lockdown.
Yeah, absolutely sniped ToastyLocal in his own home.
I think it's very rare, but we see a game where both the goalies are the lowest level characters in the game. Like,
Right, this is a forward adventure of a
this
game.
is a forward game. That is a good way to put it. I think that both goalies are struggling to like keep up with their forward counterparts. But at least both forwards on both sides are able to put up an insane fight. And Switch almost puts that one in, but very nice defense by Matty, kind of figuring out exactly how he wants to play against this KAZAN here.
Yeah, as you're talking about, KAZAN has a lot of scoring potential and interesting ways to go about it. Right, he's often thought of as the premier damage character who does nothing but roll up his sleeves and start beating up on someone. But he has a lot of interesting tools to manipulate the core, most specifically that hook, scooping it in.
Yeah, man.
Having a tool like that completely changes how you're able to approach scoring when you're standing in the enemy goal box.
Yeah, I think it's also like very different from every character, as you said earlier. Just completely like, I guess, just we don't see this character like this type of character in any other character in the game. We don't see this type of kit, so it's really hard for goalies to go about figuring out how they want to defend against it, right? Especially because he's so new as well. Um, Figuring out that, but also figuring out how to score on him as well, because once again, it goes both ways, right? The kit is so unique that you just can't utilize the same ideas that you use for other characters, right? You have to be really creative with these tools.
Yeah, it makes things very hard until people start to figure it out. But Fierryy placing a nice hook, having it lie in wait for a moment.
Oh, the flip is just gonna be a little bit short by Switch here. This is actually probably the first time I've seen overtime in quite a bit this game though. But we are gonna see the overtime core speed now. I
Yep,
think
core
the
moving
core is moving a
30%
little bit.
faster.
I think the core is moving a little bit slow right now though. Um,
What makes you say that?
yeah,
I
I
think it's
wonder.
moving at a great speed.
I think you can definitely react to the core at this speed. But I guess both goalies are able to react because
Yeah,
they are not
Matty has
ready for.
been just holding it down completely.
Yep, and when
Over time,
ToastyLocal has
who?
a secondary that last, I mean, he's gonna finally put it in, Fierryy, but ToastyLocal has a secondary that covers the entire box right now, by the way. So whenever that comes up, he can just say nope and deny any attempt. But they are finally able to put it in.
Yep, now we're looking at a 2-1 on the scoreboard, and the game has slowed down considerably. Maybe that last point was just God's longest point, but it seems like the pacing is shaken out to take a little bit of be a chiller vibe,
It
you
definitely
know?
does. I think the goalies are finally like figuring out their footing in this game. As I say that, nice sneak by from Average Alex to put it past ToastyLocal. Sadly, Garfield not use core flip and goes through that bottom corner.
Yeah, the forwards finding their footing, but also
Oh, specialized
sorry,
save, by the way.
I'm talking to the demons.
Yeah,
The
no, but
goalies finding
what?
their footings, but
Yeah,
also the forwards.
and the
PPL really
specialized
stepping
trading
up
has
there.
to be denied. That thing is too powerful on this character. He's gonna pick up the rapid fire. Definitely a lot of interesting choices here. And he decides to pick up the rapid fire.
Yeah,
Um,
rapid fire prime time. Hey, this guy's got moves on him.
Yeah, that is for sure. We're gonna see the glass cannon come out on this Atlas and reverberation, everyone's favorite awakening in the game, coming out on the Kai. Um, Definitely a very interesting draft. I think a lot of denies were coming out at less than like just hard takes. Um, because once again, you cannot let you cannot let the Kazan get specialized. This character is too disgusting with this awakening.
All
Um,
right, the moment the enemy brawler scales, you're in for a significantly harder game.
And actually, I was thinking about this the other day as we see this bear go down, but
Oh, an
unfortunate
unfortunate missed
slips
strike shot.
by. Yeah. I was thinking about this the other day, but I think a lot of brawlers are like really hard scaling with awakenings. Like when you think of X, when he picks up a few awakenings, this guy becomes a monster. Same with Kazan and Juliet, right? But like
Mm-hmm.
when you look at Rasmus, it doesn't really feel like sure Big Fish in like Catalyst, Egoist always feels like insane, but that's like every brawler in the game, right? But like it doesn't feel like Rasmus really hard scales too hard with any awakenings, but he can take a lot of awakenings at the same time. So like
Yeah, Rasmus is definitely an edge case of a brawler. Originally thought of as a midfielder, which
I mean I think he still is to some extent, right? I think
yeah,
I just think it's like always an interesting like concept to think about. Um because
yeah,
like
Rasmus just ain't like those other paste eating brawlers.
And
He's
I know as we
different.
say that, he's able to get it up to average Alex here, who is able to put it in cleanly.
You probably
And we are
flip
1-1
down.
in this fourth set. I wonder if this game
I will
will
say,
actually go this side of
Whoa.
PP Legends, or will Custom Esports
I
be able
hate
to
to
close
admit
it
it,
out
but this
in a
cursor
clean
is in
2-0.
motion at the time of this.
Right. Oh, average Alex ripping a flip. Fortunately, not getting anything. Fierryy been on point with these hooks. Perhaps that one didn't pan out to anything, but maintaining that core possession really well.
That is for certain. I like how aggressive ToastyLocal is getting with this because he realizes that this is not a goalie game. This is a forward game. So if he can get aggressive with this glass cannon and help out his forwards, even if you lose a little bit of defensive pressure, it's always very helpful. Because at the end of the day, you don't really need to play defense if the core is permanently on their side.
Right. Who needs a goalie if the core is never on your side? No net to protect. It's time to get
I
in
still
there.
think you need a goalie just in case it goes bad.
It's
As
time
we
to play a
see
little bit of midfield. Get in
we
there.
see the kill come through, giving me flashbacks of the previous game. Because another one is gonna come through. Can Switch hold it out by himself? He does have flip. HamsterQuest has respawned, but is not quite able to deal with that demon angle from the side of average Alex. He's put in so many demon angles this game. I just want we have not been talking about average Alex this game, but average Alex has absolutely performed this game with some of these shots. Like
Right. The
wonderful.
classic above average Alex performance.
Yeah, exactly. I'd even say excellent Alex, if I will.
Yeah,
Um,
amazing Alex.
with amazing.
Putting up
That's harder.
LeBron
Yes,
type numbers.
yes, amazing Alex right here. This game. And definitely like obviously this is
Oh, like look at
Estelle's like
that.
premier map. But still, it is the Estelle matchup, and he is playing it very well. Not to discredit HamsterQuest at all this game either, has also played it very well. But I definitely have to give the edge to awesome Alex this game here. Um, with this play.
Yeah,
Oh,
Alex really
we're gonna
really
see
just kind
the
of doing it all.
yeah. I also wanted to point out that closed umbrella strike is really fun to play against this goalie. I think when he can just sneak it by for fun. I mean, and
Oh,
we're
we
gonna
got a
see.
couple flips coming out.
Yeah, we're gonna see a couple flips.
The
Fierryy
sealing
is able
PPL's
to get
game.
that top angle and finish the series right here. But like nice turnaround by PP Legends. Was definitely falling a little behind in that first game and even in the beginning of the second game, but are able to find their footing finally. And honestly, like this is gonna make the game 3 a lot more exciting. I think.
Yeah,
We see.
congratulations everyone. Welcome to game 3.
Welcome to game 3.
Buckle
Welcome,
up.
welcome to Silver Scrapes. But like as we see these redirects,
Wow.
as we were talking about, like almost all these goals and redirects, there's complete control over this game by average Alex, or as we were saying, awesome Alex or whatever. A little bit of a Sigma striker, as you can see on his name card here.
Yeah,
Um,
I said putting up LeBron numbers, but this guy's actually doing it. Most damage in the game,
I think he's putting up
most
Chamberlain
redirects.
numbers actually. If I'm gonna be honest with you, um, a little bit, and and we are going. We're probably gonna be going to game 3 in just a moment, but before we do, I just wanted to like uh say like going into this game 3 we don't have we have a momentum boost for PPL, but we've also seen momentum not actually carry that much like value in the series so far, as we were able to see like PPL come back. What are your thoughts? Like, what are some predictions you think going to this game 3 here?
Hey, I think it's anyone's game. After watching both those, the second game definitely not as dominant by PPL as the first game was for HamsterQuest, but I think as long as they don't, it's almost definitely map dependent. If they land on like an Amy Zap game again, I think PPL is going to struggle a lot unless they can respond in kind with a similar number of hooks and other kinds of KAZAN shenanigans.
Yep.
But
And as we go
if
into
it's something
game
like Night Market,
night marker,
we're
we've
looking for
had
a more even
the
game.
entire rotation. We've had the entire rotation today.
Yeah,
Really
John
nice
Odyssey
to see.
came down and said, "Hey, I know this set's important. We're gonna dish out the big guns and not give you
The
the same
big
map 3
guns,
times."
and we are gonna get night market. We aren't getting any of the new maps though, so
Oh, we hate Atlas here.
um,
No more
but Atlas
Atlas.
is finally gonna be looking looked to be banned instead of actually I don't remember, but we're gonna also see the rune ban. Interestingly enough,
PPL is banning Asher earlier. Getting sick of ToastyLocal holding it down. They've taken his Atlas from him.
something to point out though. Wookie's in, not we don't see Fierryy in here. It's
Oh,
Wook.
that's a great observation. And Average Alex looking to take the brawler role,
This is
busting out their 64 pack of fresh wax crayons, pulling out Asher.
I wonder if maybe Fierryy was having connection issues or something, or maybe they just thought they wanted this matchup instead. But definitely an interesting switch. We'll see how this affects the gameplay, and we're gonna see kind of similar comps with both the Asher and the Procure the Rock Asher comps here. But like they have a different method of doing this. Imi is a little bit more aggressive, high damage, but also just essentially able to put up a hard front, while HamsterQuest with a little bit more supportive role of this era.
Yeah, Amy is definitely more of a, in terms of forward pressure, a burst character who uses something like turret, a glitch pop, cyber swipe, all those things, but then has to wait. Whereas Era is very consistently putting on pressure. While it's not as strong as something like turret. Oh no, where did Switch go?
Yep, and we see this damage come out once again. Like as we were saying, the Imi is able to put out this damage. The Era is not as much damage oriented, but is able to essentially lock down Average Alex. And as I say that,
No.
was like, no, my character is a born killer. Puts the damage and the kill on side of Average Alex. And
yeah, Switch looking low again. It's rough out here for the round 1 brawlers. Wook tries to follow up. Fortunately, it's not enough.
But everyone in the
Switch
game
DI'd that one better.
He DI'd for that one better. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, that one was true though.
That one.
Can't save that.
Sure. But the barrier is gonna go down, and immediately after, ToastyLocal is gonna pick up the kill. The goal with his ultimate button. Definitely interesting angle though, and I think the court was moving a little bit fast there, if I do say so myself.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
It was looking. Oh.
Era
Oh.
does
The dollar
have a
store
lot of
McDouble.
control in the sense that she's able to essentially control the size of both Switch and Average Alex. It's really annoying as Asher to deal with someone making you small, but it also feels really good when Asher makes you big. When Era makes Asher big, right?
Yeah, you don't want to take that one back real quick.
Yeah, I want to take that one back real quick.
As we shift to something completely unrelated, we got Matty clearing the core, popping a core flip for it.
That was a bit of a chatting moment, if I do say so myself. But we are gonna see both barriers as Matty go down, as Matty fights for his life here, to put up essentially what looks to be a good defense. ToastyLocal has not lost that second barrier, by the way, yet, even in the first round. But almost nice save by Matty, but Switch is able to pick it up as Wook looks a little bit upset on this Imi here, giving that F2 pose right there.
Yep, Switch was in there, ready to catch the core, catch the clear. Doing really well to get that. And here we see the core just kind of seems permanently on the side of PPL, and that, to me, is a bit of an era diff. But like I said earlier, that constant pressure is... there is no reprieve. Era will always be hitting the strike button in your face. Yeah, Switch looking remarkably low. Unfortunately, Average Alex cannot take them out. PPL just kind of getting run down. Uh-oh, as I think Appabug has perished on the cast. Terrible news. That means it's just me. What's up, crew? We're playing a 2v2 today. As Wook strikes and then dashes it to get the follow-up, catches the clear. HamsterQuest unable to do much. Also just difficult for that character to defend. Oh, my internet is giving out. Apologies, everyone. As we see SwitchSSB drop again. Average Alex absolutely in there. Getting one barrier. Looking for two. Dubu wall comes up. Stops any sort of forward pressure right in its tracks. Okay, Matty passes to Wook. ToastyLocal clears the ball out of the way. None of that coming in. And Average Alex has flip. Uses it immediately. Right off the bat, Matty drops a barrier. But passes it down to Wook, who is dashing away. If they can get the kill on HamsterQuest, I think things are looking great for the side of PPL. And they do. Asher, famous for just the kill potential. Get in there. Oh my god. Getting in there. Matty playing on the midfield line. Oh, and an almost crazy bounce pumps it in. Absolutely rendering me speechless. As a random error tornado takes out Average Alex. ToastyLocal also looking incredibly low. And Switch dashes in to get the last barrier. It is a complete bloodbath. But with ToastyLocal's health bar, it seems favored for the side of PPL. It's looking really dangerous as Average Alex able to push it through HamsterQuest and claim that point, bringing us to 0.5. We are here. We've made it. Right, and things looking pretty good for PPL, who seems to have been able to find what they want to do, which is kill SwitchSSB. First of all, that guy's looking low. You know, just kind of getting in the groove of things. And Matty holding down the barriers in the face of the pressure that Asher is putting on. Which is probably why they were banning it earlier. Right, has flip, ready to use it to defend. Oh my god, Quest Esports forward pressure is absolutely insane. Drops the flip there. Gets a nice angle to get it out. And we're trying to push it forward. A little bit of help of turret, which gets stuffed out by Dubu Wall and a Kai Barrage. They don't make it. They don't make it far. But Average Alex is here now to help out. HamsterQuest rendered a little useless, standing in the middle, waiting for speed, trying to regen health. Able to sneak in that barrier though, as they're unstaggered, ready to get back to playing. Wook now looking low. If SwitchSSB wanted to walk over and deal 100 million damage to them, it probably could. And HamsterQuest is staggered again. This guy cannot catch a break. Unfortunately for the side of PPL. Fortunately for the side of PPL, ToastyLocal takes a bullet to the knee himself. And has taken to the midfield to leave HamsterQuest to regen the goal box. Unfortunately, it does not go well as Average Alex takes that goal barrier. And with that turret, oh my god! Wook takes it. And it's just like I said earlier. We have consistent pressure coming out from Era at all times, but that burst pressure is a lot stronger. And PPL narrowly clutches out a set 1. Here we have some interesting awakenings on board. Catalyst getting scooped up by ToastyLocal immediately. Matty feeling a little indecisive today. Picks up Hotshot instead. Castellast Era is ready to have fun. We love Castellast Era, and SwitchSSB elects to fire up, which leaves Wook with not a whole lot. Taking a prize fighter. Interesting if they can capitalize off that prize fighter. Would change the course of this game, especially since they were, oh my god, doing so much damage earlier. And look at SwitchSSB. Feeling a little alive and well right now. If we can seal out this kill, that would be big for PPL and their potential to take this game. Fortunately, though, the airship is deployed on top of Matty, and there's really nothing you can do about that. Loses the barrier, now defending the open net. Catches the shot from HamsterQuest, which was just snuck in there. Alright, and now it's up to Wook, the midfielder, to get the ball past these two forwards. SwitchSSB going on his orb quest. Trying not to die. And Matty strike shots the core flip.
And I have returned as you say that. I definitely apologize for my connection cut, but I am back. And we have a nice game here going into the set 2 all of a sudden as well.
Yeah, but welcome back, boss. Yeah, we have HamsterQuest, or Quest Esports, featuring HamsterQuest, shockingly, taking the first goal this set.
I definitely missed something because the game completely shifted from what I saw before my connection cut. We saw a win on the side of PP Legends, but
I think that's the game that you were seeing earlier. But PP Legends, when put in the O2 comfort zone, ready to make it back. We'll see if they can do it again.
They can do it again, exactly. I don't know if they should have put in that second goal because now PP Legends is in their O2 comfort zone.
Yeah, you've activated their trap card actually.
You actually activated the trap card, yes.
Oh, Wook almost kills SwitchSSB with that flip. Could have got a prize fighter stack.
But
instead, the entire team is trying to take down this Asher menace.
What a dribble, by the way, by HamsterQuest. Like, what a sequence. Like, that was amazing. Concept on HamsterQuest. Dribbles it with the core flip and then primers it through.
Oh,
nice
what great. Yeah, incredible hesitation from Alex.
Yep, a little bit of above average Alex, if you ask me. As they are able to somehow defend this turret here. The ult also comes out from average Alex as SwitchSSB looks to do the same, but neither is able to put in the goal on these attempts. Maybe a little bit too straightforward with their goals, but...
Here, average Alex trying to do some Asher things. Isn't quite able to do it, and HamsterQuest just kind of slips it in.
Yep. I think Matty was a little bit afraid of the Asher, but was not afraid of the arrow behind him. So that was a very nice play by HamsterQuest.
Yeah. An incredibly dominant Quest Esports performance. As here,
there's some interesting awakenings here, though. There's both Big Fish and Tempo Swing, which are like some of Asher's favorite awakenings. Dagger Swagger is another big one, considering we see like a lot of low health bars this game. We're gonna see the
Alex takes Big Fish
and the Stagger Swagger come through. But interestingly enough, no Tempo Swing is going on.
No Tempo Swing. Yeah, and
definitely...
Timeless falls to Himi.
And yeah, Timeless somehow goes to the 6th place IME, but I do want to point out there's not like, I guess the
Oh, that guy's dead.
And yeah, we're gonna.
That guy's been shot dead in the streets, and there's nothing you can do about it.
He has been shot dead in the streets. That is definitely what happened there. As the Giga Blast comes in, but not able to put it through. HamsterQuest is dribbling here, trying to set up Switch, not quite able. But Switch is actually able to grab it with the extended strike range from being at.
Oh dear. Oh dear, oh no. Hey, welcome back to the... Welcome back, crew. I think we've lost him again.
Now, I've returned.
Oh!
My internet returned. I don't know, man. What is going on?
Welcome back. Hey, he's clutched it.
I've clutched it just as ToastyLocal.
Oh, just as average Alex tries to annihilate HamsterQuest. Unfortunately, a cheeky little evade comes out. Oh, this time we actually lost him. Hey, we got this. Oh, he's fighting back.
Fighting my demons as Matty's also fighting to save his goal as well.
Matty is fighting, by the way.
Fighting here, by the way.
Look at that.
Okay, what a save! Last second. But will it be enough? Is the question. Egos is gonna proc from HamsterQuest, looking to put it in. Nice pass to Switch, and Switch puts it in on the bottom side. There's only so much Matty can do. I don't know if that was very savable.
Yeah, Matty holding on for dear life against the Asher Menace, but yeah, nothing you can do with a nice pass and some good team play and positioning. Very hard to work through, but...
Certain. Another interesting thing is ToastyLocal is level 10, a little bit higher level than everyone else in the game. Probably from like just the outstanding defense he's played. Flip here is looking to push it through. Get the second point though.
Yeah, Matty doing some core bending, keeping the core out of the net.
I
Kind
think
of.
both goalies are doing a absolute fantastic job at defending. This entire series outside of the second game, I guess game 1s and 3s have just been the goalie games. But they are going to get it through with a nice primary on the Asher and the Era. A little bit too much for Matty to defend against.
Yep. The old 1-2,
Old
hit him with it.
1-2. Yeah.
And like you mentioned, ToastyLocal has been putting on an amazing defense. They banned their Atlas early on, and I thought the ToastyLocal was just an Atlas player, and that's that. And I was gonna be mean and say, "Uh-oh, no Atlas. What are we gonna do, fellas?" But hey, putting on a show on this Dubu. Caster's Curse, of course. The dollar menu McDouble comes out, but
All
I think
Ready
that's
double.
I think that's
That was
not much fault of the ToastyLocal character.
Whoa.
Who's
I
still putting on
honestly,
an impressive
if that's on the
show.
dollar menu, I'm going to McDonald's right now because that
And
was
not anymore.
it is gone. I think they realized it was a little bit. Oh!
Oh,
There's a
speaking
kill
of God,
on
ToastyLocal.
ToastyLocal, as both players are going to come down from Alex. They are finally having their offensive push here. Like these Bears have been staying up for so long, but when ToastyLocal finally goes down, almost goes down again, by the way. Nice try on Wook, but they're almost able to just put it in.
Oh,
Alex,
speaking of
Alex
going
is
down.
gonna kill both.
Oh!
This Asher character, man, is a little bit weak, I think. Able to just kill both players. Just send them to Narnia, send them to the Shadow Realm, and put it in. Doesn't even care about angling the shots. Who cares? Just kill the goalie and kill the midfielder and score.
Average Alex heard you say that. Oh my God.
Average Alex
That
thought I
with no
said below average
ToastyLocal.
Alex. Average Alex thought I said below average Alex. I actually meant to say above average Alex.
Oh,
As
average
they are
Alex taking an average dirt nap for a moment.
yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Back
as HamsterQuest able to stuff with Arrow Beam for that barrier. Average Alex back up, getting ready to rock.
Matty was pushed a little bit out of his net there though by the Asher Alex. Definitely very fun to see as a goalie when the Asher can just take you and bring you far away from what you're trying to defend.
Yeah, here we see all of the PP legends hanging out in the goal box, trying to defend against this absolute onslaught.
The goal is sneak, but it's not going to be enough as Switch is able to sneak it in, bringing the set count to 2-1 for the side of Quest Esports, and we are technically on match set or match, I guess, yeah, match set of the series.
Yeah, if Quest can put a bow on this game, then they win the series, and that's really big for Quest.
And I mean,
Who's
as we were
trying
saying
to
earlier, both of these teams need this win, right? Like PP Legends
Mhm.
wants this win to, get ahead of the pack, and Quest Esports wants this win to like essentially keep their playoff hopes alive. Been slumping a little bit in the last few weeks, but definitely looking to pull it back through here.
Right. Let's see how PPL responds with this next set. The response seems to be same as it's always been, which is just pump all that damage into SwitchSSB. Matty taking the Chrono Boost on the draft, taking flight.
Yeah,
Feeling
I think
like
it was to make it so
yeah,
the
to
Era could
deny
not get it.
yeah HamsterQuest, but hey, putting it to good use.
That is for certain, is able to not only have a longer secondary, but also able to zoom a little bit faster with that secondary too. And is able to get that core with actually out without the secondary, but the secondary is now up, allowing him to play a little bit more offensively. Trying to go for the double, but only gonna get the mixed symbol, unfortunately. What was that primary?
Yeah, that's Whataburger. And Matty going wild with the mouse placement.
Yeah, that was
unfortunately
a
not.
moment if I've ever seen one, but was on watched. Interesting.
No, on controller.
Oh, Matty plays on controller. You're right.
Yeah, a bit of a joystick malfunction. We got drift in the building.
The joystick malfunction.
Oh.
I think we have a.
And we're down a couple barriers here.
I think we need
for
to get
off
off
one
the
flip.
Fortnite a little bit. And figure out how to fix our controller though.
Oh, and HamsterQuest just running a train on Matty.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Matty's like,
Oh,
while has
HamsterQuest.
put a fantastic defense, it only goes so far. But they are able to get the power play, perhaps maybe able to get this, final goal bearer if, but not if ToastyLocal has anything to say about it. Like absolute outstanding defense. Just the amount of defense on these barriers ToastyLocal's had. And I also want to point out, HamsterQuest is like by no means slouching either. Very good using the supportive effects of this era to also help play defense with this goalie, right? Like the if the Imi is the more offensive, midfielder, the era is a lot more of a defensive midfielder. It's also able to help the goalie break up clears and passes. But SwitchSSB is able to put it in right through Matty, and Wook is not really able to stop as Wook is at 1 HP here. Um, the Switch train.
Yeah, might I remind you of the PPL O2 comfort zone?
Yep, but
Where they...
it is set match and game point.
Oh, it
Um,
is HamsterQuest. Time to go.
yep.
Old man, you've been
Hamster
here
Quest
since the dawn of time,
has Ego is
and it's
actually not
over.
gonna
Oh
die to that,
no.
and they're gonna
Oh, died to
able to get
that though.
both barriers.
But Wook dies to that. Midfielder's down. It's the Asher show.
Yep. Will Switch be able to put this in? Is almost able to sneak it through the bottom there, but not quite. As Hamster Quest comes back up, both midfielders come back up actually. Matty's actually playing super aggressively here for someone who's actually in a win or die spot here. Uh, but I guess Matty has nerves of steel because is able to put up these offensive threats regardless of whether the threat of losing the game if losing the point is on the table. You gotta respect it for sure.
Yeah, a tournament veteran. Definitely familiar with this.
Oh,
With playing like
it's
this.
on the side of the Astro, and that's gonna end the series. Quest Esports takes the series and is going to take what an upset actually by Quest Esports is finally gonna take a win on the PP Legends here. Um, and what a fashion to do it.
Yeah, I feel like I just got the rug yanked out from under me. That was so sudden.
That
Things were looking so good, but when you have an open net, it all happened so fast, and what do you do?
Yep, and we can
You
see
see,
some
oh my
stats here.
god.
ToastyLocal, just the only person in the 200s of redirects and puts up 264 redirects, 89 saves, and even the damage is coming through by the way from these ultimates and stuff. And 2 goals as well. Like what a absolute monstrous performance from this ToastyLocal, taken off the Atlas, but it doesn't even matter. Perhaps maybe the Atlas being banned unleashed a stronger beast, a different beast. And in him,
That Toasty Local's hidden potential unlocked.
hidden hamster potential unlocked indeed. Um, and not to put down Matty's defensive performance or even
Hey,
average
we
Alex.
spent the entire set talking about how great Matty was playing,
Yeah,
and
and
I think it stands uh, because Matty was playing out of his mind. Of course, Toasty Local with 264 redirects. Hard to argue with that defense.
something I something I want to point out though. Average Alex had like 200, almost 200 redirects himself. Like
Yeah.
it's pretty rare to see an Asher with that many redirects. Um, but I guess I think I was making a joke about this the other day. In the Asher mirror, whichever Asher has less redirects is gonna win that because that's just you gotta have less redirects because you gotta cran much harder. I think. Um, but
Yeah.
uh,
Also interesting. Average Alex out redirecting Wook, and Wook having top damage in the game. Seems looking just at the stats. Seems like Average Alex played a bit more of a midfield game while Wook was brawling it out. Uh, Picked up Prize Fighter in the first draft, so it makes sense. But
that is for sure.
hey,
But as the series comes to a close, we are going to see a little bit of an update in the standings. I'm not sure if we can get those on the screen here. But very nice,
yeah,
nice
production
job.
says no, which
The production says
uh,
no, unfortunately. But I will say that very nicely done, taking down the Titans that are PP Legends. I believe that was their first loss so far. Correct me if I am wrong, but that was quite the series to do it, definitely. And once again, if PP Legends was gonna go down, it was gonna probably be to one of these top teams like Quest Esports, who have put on amazing performances in tournaments in the past as well.
Yep, which I think means we're going to break. That'll be it from us. Appabug will be coming back next set. I will be back later. You can't get rid of me that easily.
A little
So,
bit of a cockroach here. Um,
yeah, hey, it's been a pleasure, and we'll see you soon.
yep, and make sure you follow Yoshi 64 on their social media.
Don't do this.